Welcome back everybody. Today we're here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead and that group that we just met, because we just got some pretty exciting news, or it's been revealed like the official name for the helicopter group, which is super exciting, and I want to discuss it in this video today. So with that being said, let's get started. So it does look like we have the official name for the helicopter group, because a couple of articles were reporting on this, and some people sent it to me. So a lot of articles are reporting saying that the official name is CRM, and I was thinking, like, where did they get that name from? Because I mean, yeah, it sounds legit, but where is the proof? So I went to go back and look at the episode where, at the end of the episode, when Althea went back to that walker, or that person who was in the suit, but he's the walker now, and went through his stuff, and we have that symbol that we saw in the helicopter. We know it is the helicopter group, and it quickly went by real quick because she covered the, this letter with this little map, but it says CRM right here, and it goes by real quick, so you have to pause it because she covers it immediately after. But it does look like we have the official name of the helicopter group, which is CRM. Now, what exactly does CRM stand for? We don't know that for sure. It'll be fun to guess, maybe, if you guys have any ideas. I feel like the C could stand for Commonwealth, maybe. This could be like a Commonwealth type group. Something, I don't know what the R would stand for. M could stand for like military, militia, something like that. So like Commonwealth. I don't know what that R would stand for. I'm trying to think of something that would. Rick? No, I'm just kidding. But you guys let me know, what do you think this CRM stands for? But it does look like that is the group title. And the reason why I think it could be Commonwealth is because the suits are definitely similar. Like, look at this guy. I really like the ending here where they put the camera on in front of him. That was pretty cool. But you can see his mask here, and then if you look at the actual guy who died and Althea took the map off of him, he's kind of laying down there. They obviously have like these thick black suits, and then here's a picture of the Commonwealth from the comics. Now in the comics, obviously it's red and white, but it looks like similar, you know. It does look similar, like that could be the TV show version of the Commonwealth, which I would find really interesting. But this is where it gets a bit tricky, because we have the similarities between the Commonwealth and the comics and this group when it comes to the suits, but also we have the group that is taking Rick with the helicopter. Obviously they have a helicopter, they're doing pretty well for themselves, so if you told me they're the Commonwealth, I would believe you. But we also have Georgie in the TV show, in the main TV show, that is, and that's where it gets a bit tricky, because we didn't see Georgie at all in season 9. Now, Georgie definitely looks like Pamela Milton. There's a lot of resemblance going on, you know, with the Commonwealth, like what characters are already introducing. And the Commonwealth, they're not supposed to come until after the Whisper War, but this could be like the head start for them. And one way to make a group successful on The Walking Dead is to make the group interesting and to flesh out the group and the characters, just like they did with the Whisperers. Like, the Whisperers right now are some of the, you know, even though they've only been on for half a season, they're already, you know, some people's favorite group that we had in The Walking Dead, like villains, because they did such a great job fleshing them out. They could be doing the same thing with the Commonwealth here just earlier in Fear the Walking Dead, and we're already starting to learn about the Commonwealth before they come onto the main show. But another idea I had is, what if they make the Commonwealth like a huge group? Like, all these communities are part of the Commonwealth, but they just are designated to their own certain areas across the entire country. Like, what if it's something like that, where these are people who, like, the last remaining people in the military and the government and stuff like that, they created the Commonwealth, but they're like expanded all over the country, possibly all over the world. That's why you have people like Georgie that are already you know, around the Virginia area, and then you have people like, you know, on Fear the Walking Dead who are around the Texas area. So you have like this huge Commonwealth group, but they just are, you know, divided into branches, you might say. And I think that would work with what The Walking Dead is trying to do, because they're trying to expand, they're trying to make a big universe out of this. And I think the best way to do that is to make the Commonwealth like a real big group. I believe in the comics they said they have 75,000 people. It was either 50,000 or 75,000, but they have a lot of people, tens and tens and thousands of people. So they could even expand it, and that's like in that one area. They could even expand it even further and make them, stretch them out all over the country, all over the world. And these are the last remaining, government officials from even, you could have government officials from other places across the world. Like, how cool would that be? Like, that would really be expanding the universe. And Robert Kirkman has said in the past that he doesn't want to focus on the cure when it comes to the comics, because for him The Walking Dead is about the world is what they live in. That's the base of the world, but the story is about the characters and them surviving in this world, which I love that. That's awesome. But the way the TV show is going, it looks like eventually there might be a cure, because they're definitely doing things that aren't in the comics. Obviously, this whole helicopter thing, the fear characters, the third spin-off, they're making their own, they're kind of branding The Walking Dead on their own way. AMC is. So that it would make sense for them to do that eventually. I think, and they don't even have to come up with a cure. Like, they could just have people trying to come up with a cure. At least focus on people, trying to see what's going on with the zombie apocalypse. Just at least touch on it, which I think they will eventually. And I don't think there ever will be a cure. Like, I think there could be a cure, but I don't think the world is ever gonna go back to the way it was. I feel like the world is way too far gone. It's been like 10 years in the apocalypse. There's obviously a lot more dead than a living, but they could technically do it, if they clear out all the dead and, it's just like the remaining people kind of start new life. But it's tough to say, because the zombie apocalypse, whatever started the virus, it's always going to be out there, unless they, I guess, burn every single dead body in the entire world, which is going to be crazy. They could do it. It could happen. But what I'm saying is that I don't think, even though in the TV show there might not be a happy ending to the world, there could be a happy ending for the characters, but they could also at least bring in characters who are trying to come up with a cure and trying to, fix what happened. And I think that only makes sense. It doesn't happen in the comics. Robert Kirkman doesn't really want to focus on that, and that's fine, because he has a different vision. What AMC is trying to do, with expanding it into a cinematic universe, I think bringing in characters who are trying to come up with a cure would make sense for the story. And this group has Commonwealth written all over it. And I was thinking about this in the past, because The Walking Dead is introducing a lot of new groups. Like, we have the Commonwealth coming from the comics in season 10 with that radio thing. That radio thing could be its own thing, but I'm just assuming it's going to be connected to one of these groups, because there's so many, right? Like, we got the helicopter people, we got Georgie and her people. So I was thinking, like, there's so many groups in The Walking Dead, but now I'm thinking, like, what if they're all part of the same group and it's only like one Commonwealth type group, but they just have establishments across the country and different people leading different, places. Kind of like the Sanctuary had, like, outposts and stuff like that. The Commonwealth could do something similar, where they have different locations governed by different people. And I think it'll also make it interesting and easier at the same time. Like, it wouldn't be like so many different groups they have to juggle, but just one group with different establishments. And there could be some good Commonwealth and some bad Commonwealth. And it's hard to say who's good and bad, really, because we don't really know, like, what they're doing just yet. But, like, for example, like, Georgie right now looks to be like a good person because she was helping the Hilltop, but these people definitely look like they're bad people. And if they are from the same group, like they are, if they're all Commonwealth, maybe Georgie could be a much nicer leader opposed to these other people. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying, like, that's a possibility. And going back to the whole cure thing, I definitely think they're gonna touch on it at least sometime during the Walking Dead timeline. I think it's going to be sooner rather than later, because why else are these people capturing humans? Why else are these people trading food or giving food to Jadis for people? Like, what are you going to do with somebody who's bitten and not dead? Like, you're definitely going to experiment on them, right? Like, what else is there to do besides, stab them in the head to make sure they don't turn? I'm sure they want those people who aren't dead, but they're bitten and they're not alive fully, and then, they can experiment on them. And even looking back at the whole Jadis with the food thing, like, look at the can of food they gave Jadis. They have that symbol on the can of food. So, like, I think this is going to be a big group that like, if they literally label their food with that symbol, like, I just have this feeling that, like, like that could be connected to the entire world, so people will know where that food came from, you know. Like this is like a big thing. So you know, the more information we get, like the more I'm kind of like nothing is confirmed here, by the way. I just want this to be a discussion video. Like I want you guys to give your input too, but I definitely think the more I look at this, all these different groups, I think they're all connected to being one Commonwealth, but just different branches. So that's what I definitely think is going on. And you know, having an official name now is awesome. CRM. You guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think that means? I definitely think the C would stand for Commonwealth. That would be fitting. But you guys let me know. I am gonna wrap it up there for this video though, so hopefully you guys did enjoy. I just wanted to share this information with you guys and have a discussion video. You know, I'm interested to hear theories and stuff right now, because this is all super interesting stuff. So be sure to leave all your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like rating, and for more Walking Dead videos like this, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.